this video I'm going to talk about the Champions League final that played out a couple of weeks ago, Madrid versus Liverpool.
Yesterday in a press conference I said when Madrid plays finals they win it, and I'm on the good side of history.
Yeah, obviously Real Madrid are known for the fact that they've won the most amount of Champions Leagues compared to any other European club, 14. They have a serial record of winning the trophy. And because of their incredible European pedigree, when they get to European finals like the Champions League, people expect them to win it. I guess the reason he said he's on the good side of history is because he won the final as opposed to obviously losing it.
I saw a lot of tweets coming my way and I will get humbled today, and it was the other way around.
Sometimes social media can be brutal. If you're a footballer, a lot of people may doubt you, they may believe, if you're going into a final that you're going to flop, you're not going to perform. But Thibaut in that UCL final well and truly silenced his critic. He put in one of the best goalkeeper performances I've seen. Played out of his skin.
Today I needed to win a final for my career, for all the hard work, to put respect on my name, because I don't think I have enough respect, especially in England.
Obviously hard work pays, and in terms of the second thing he was saying about putting respect on his name because he doesn't get the respect he deserves in England, I assume that's because of his time at Chelsea. Maybe the Chelsea fans didn't really approve of the way he just kind of left the club to go to Real Madrid.
I saw a lot of criticism even after a great season that I was not good enough or whatever.
I guess as a player, seeing criticism like that is going to motivate you to want to do better.
Proud of the performance of the team. We stuck through it, and when I needed to be there, I was there for the team.
Yeah, for me he was 100% their MVP. The way he made so many clutch saves for them at times when they really needed him most, yeah, he really stepped up for Real.
You've beaten PSG, Chelsea, Manchester City, now Liverpool. I mean, it was destined for you this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we beat the best clubs of the world together with us. If you see this year of City and Liverpool, they were unbelievable this season.
When you consider the opposition that Real had to face during their Champions League knockout run, PSG in the round of 16, Chelsea in the quarterfinals, City in the semis, Liverpool in the finals, those, as Thibaut said, are some of the best teams in the world. So the fact that they were able to overcome all of them and lift that UCL trophy in the end was insane. I'd say this is arguably one of their most impressive Champions League wins, given not only the teams that they had to face, but the manner in which they beat them, particularly PSG, Chelsea and City. They really had to kind of dig deep and produce some ridiculous comebacks.
Today they were really strong, and I think I played a great game, and that was the difference today, because we had one chance and we scored it.
Yeah, Liverpool created much more chances than Real, but despite that they still lost the game. And as Thibaut said, it was because of him. He was the one who really made the difference. Him saving all of Liverpool's shots, he was a thorn in their side, prevented Liverpool from scoring a goal.
You said after the game that you felt that you hadn't been respected in England, and I just wonder if you could explain where that feeling came from.
There was a magazine in March that didn't put me in the best 10 goalkeepers. Yeah, I don't know. That I think is a lack of respect.
Courtois, the Real Madrid goalkeeper, is clearly confident in himself. He's saying, the fact that I'm not in the top 10 is quite questionable. He believes in himself, which is obviously an important trait to have. If you're a footballer, you have to be confident, because if you don't have confidence in yourself, then it's going to be difficult for you to perform.
I don't say they have to put me in number one. I don't mind. There's Alisson is a great goalkeeper, Mendy is great goalkeeper, Oblak, Ederson. There's really a lot of great goalkeepers. I don't say you have to put me number one, but that after a season like this, they don't put you like in the first 10 is strange.
Even though I was saying before, Courtois has a lot of confidence, you can see he also maybe has a degree of humility, because coming off of the back of that Champions League final, playing a massive part in your team winning the competition, a lot of players maybe would have been quite gassed after winning one of the biggest honours in the game. But he seems quite level-headed. He's saying, even though I played well, I recognise there's some other really talented goalkeepers out there.
Secondly, yesterday also I saw plenty of funny stuff coming out of England. So yeah, I guess it's to do with how I left Chelsea. I think it's how it was. I won twice Premier League in England, and I don't think I ever get really recognised for it.
I guess Courtois was saying that when he was at Chelsea, he never really got the credit that he deserved. To be fair, if you're the main goalkeeper for a team that's, winning one or multiple Premier League titles, then most likely you've done bits.
Especially after my first year in Madrid, that was not great. A lot of people laughed, and now here I am as a winner, so it's a nice comeback.
Courtois' progression is quite an inspiring story. The fact that, when he came to Madrid in that season 2018-19, Real were not their best. They lost La Liga to Barcelona. They bottled the Champions League, having won it 3 times in a row the seasons before. So Courtois and his team, Real, didn't have the greatest of seasons. But the way he's come back from that, and now he's obviously won the Champions League and the league in the same season, pretty incredible.
Jurgen, you're so close, huge effort this season with so much success, but must be heartbroken tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, obviously the manager and the whole Liverpool team are going to be deflated coming off of the back of that loss. As the interviewer said, they've had so much success this season, winning both domestic cups, very nearly winning the Premier League, 92 points, only 1 or 2 points off winning the title. In terms of the Champions League, getting all the way to the final. So to come all that way and not win the silverware, the Champions League trophy, obviously you're going to be gutted.
We played a good game, not a perfect game. Don't think a perfect game would have been possible against the opponent. How they set it up, going for counter-attacks, going for the long balls, these kind of things, that was tricky.
Yeah, the way Real played that game, their tactics were very much soak up the pressure and then hit Liverpool in the break on the counter-attack and try to get at them. And their strategy worked. They came out on top. Liverpool, as I said before, created a lot more chances, but Real were obviously a lot more clinical, taking the one and only chance that they had.
The boys tried absolutely everything. I think especially after we were 1-0 down.
Obviously, Klopp knows infinitely more about Liverpool than I do, but I would say at one point when Liverpool were 1-0 down, it almost seemed as if they kind of knew it wasn't going to be their night. Like, they still kind of tried, but at the same time they thought it's not going to happen, because obviously Courtois was pulling out all those amazing saves.
You've still won 2 trophies this season. You challenged right to the end. I mean, it's hard to get that kind of perspective right now, but...
No, it's not hard. I have that already, but I'm the only one in the dressing room.
I guess that Klopp was saying him as the manager is the only one who's looked at it from the perspective that, you know, even though they did ultimately lose the Champions League and stuff like this, they still had a very successful season in terms of how they performed in the league, the Champions League. When you look at it from a broader perspective, even though obviously the aim of football at the highest level is to win trophies, when you're pushing on all fronts like Liverpool did this season, of course that's impressive, irrespective of whether you win all the trophies or not.
Well, I said it after we lost at Sevilla and Basel and in Kiev and these kind of things. It's not bad to get to the final. It's already kind of success. I know not a success you want to have.
Yeah, obviously getting to the final in and of itself is not an easy task, playing against the best teams in Europe. And yeah, obviously, as Klopp was saying, getting to the final isn't necessarily the type of success that Liverpool would want, because for a top team like them, you know, the definition of success in football is trophies.
I have the strong feeling we come again.
Well,
That's how it is, because the boys are really competitive. Obviously, we have to try it a bit more often than others, but no problem.
that's what you did last time in Kiev. You came back in Madrid.
Where's the next year? Istanbul, yeah. Booked the hotel.
Klopp's obviously saying his Liverpool team is a very competitive team, which is true. In the past few years, they've really pushed, you know, as much as they can, winning major trophies, Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues. They have the ability to bounce back, come again, and get to the Champions League final next season and potentially win it. Similar to, as the interviewer was saying, how they did it back in 2018 and 2019, where obviously they lost against Madrid in Kiev, but then the season after they got into the Champions League final again and won it against Tottenham.